Ready to head back to the green flag. 12 laps to go in the first stage.
They hit the restart zone and punch the throttle, and green flag goes back in the air. Ryan Blaney opted to restart on the outside lane. That'll put Joey Logano, his teammate, on the back bumper, and it's paying dividends headed to 1.
High line has been the fast line so far tonight. For the moment, that will hold sway, although the challenge is coming back now. Blaney got away maybe a little too much, and he's going to lose the lead. Sliding up across his nose is Bubba Wallace.
Here's Wallace at the front of the line to driver's right. Daniel Suarez is first up to the inside lane. Suarez has Kyle Busch behind him, trying to move forward to turn 3.
Bubba Wallace, though, will lead the pack into turn number 3, courtesy of Ryan Blaney, who was pushing him on that outside lane. Now Bubba goes from the top down to the bottom and picks up Daniel Suarez.
Bubba Wallace off turn number 4, looking to become the second different leader of the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Ryan Blaney has led the first 23 laps. Bubba Wallace will lead the 24th. It's questionable, will he lead the 25th? Because here comes Daniel Suarez charging to the bottom of the racetrack.
Surging up that inside lane. He's got drafting help from downstairs from Kyle Busch. Here comes Daniel Suarez looking to the inside. Wallace throws the block.
He got Bubba Wallace there at the front. He scoots down to the inside. Now he has to be careful. Swings back up to the outside because Ryan Blaney is there. Leaves the inside lane open for Suarez.
And here comes Daniel Suarez charging to the inside, and Kyle Busch is going with Daniel Suarez. Suarez goes out to the lead, jumps up to the top, and now blocks Bubba Wallace.
Wallace is not going to be able to get back up there and re-challenge. It's Daniel Suarez now. He'll lead the field down to the start-finish line. Kyle Busch, the one that led the charge on the back bumper of Daniel Suarez, hung out right now 3 wide on the bottom of the racetrack.
Kyle Busch helped Suarez fight his way to the lead, but now he's got not enough help at the back door. 3 wide with Kyle Busch on the bottom. That's the 3-deep battle for 5th place.
Working his way off turn 2 and onto the super stretch. Daniel Suarez is up at the front of the field. Bubba Wallace is right there. He looks to driver's right. Now he is right behind Suarez to turn 3.
Chevy, Toyota, Ford. That's how the top 3 run. It is Suarez the leader, Bubba Wallace in 2nd, Ryan Blaney 3rd. Joey Logano rides in the 4th position. Michael McDowell is 5th.
The driver that occupies the inside line of 3 wide racing is Kyle Busch. That Cheddar Chevrolet powers to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got Kyle Larson in the middle. Michael McDowell outside. That inside line, Dave, starting to creep forward. Kyle Busch is rolling downstairs.
He knows exactly how this game is played. 3 wide at Daytona. Kyle Busch now up in that 3 wide battle for the number 4 position. Hugs the double yellow line off turn 2.
Got Joey Logano there in the middle lane. Here's Michael McDowell. Got some momentum going. Now McDowell's trying to get something going in the outside lane. He has worked his way up into the 4th position.
Michael McDowell so far tonight has had a strong car, in particular on that outside lane. Now McDowell gets a little bit shuffled. He's falling backwards further up. Ryan Blaney takes 2nd from Wallace.
Guys, talking about Kyle Busch again. Now he's on the bottom of the racetrack.
Trouble here on the front straightaway. Bubba Wallace gets turned. He slides up. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s in it. Austin Cindric. Alex Bowman is involved in the crash. Multiple cars go sliding and crashing down at the exit of pit road into the inside safer barrier. Rusty, you were calling it as it happened here, breaking out on the tri-oval.
Oh, boy, Kyle Busch was right on the bottom. Then he got squeezed all the way down. The cars against the wall in the middle came down on him. And all heck broke loose on that one right there. I mean, that's a big wreck, guys. We're finally going to have to get a tally of how many cars were in that one. But it all happened coming through the tri-oval with the 8 car of Kyle Busch on the bottom. They ran him down out of room on the bottom of the track.
Well, it almost looked like the outside lane was coming down, the bottom lane was coming up, and next thing you know, everybody started to spin and slide and crash and whatnot. We're going to need probably a double-digit count, but the biggest one in this is Alex Bowman, who at the beginning of the race started on the outside of the front row. His car is in shambles right now, Alex, and he's not the only one.
No, he's not, but Alex Bowman last on the playoff grid, and his car is trying to crab walk its way down on the apron of the racetrack over there in front of Dave Moody.
Yeah, there's more of a problem than that, Alex. The right front suspension is basically torn out of that car. That's not just a toe link, that's A-frames, control arms upper and lower. He's got his hands full just trying to guide that car back to pit road at about 40 miles an hour, and he may be giving up that battle. He's going to pull down to the inside and come to a stop.
It is tough for Alex Bowman and that team, but he is going to have to pull the car to the inside of the backstretch. What a tough break there for Alex Bowman. Multi-car crash here at the Tri-Oval. It is an absolute litter of parts of race cars here at the exit of pit road, off the exit of the Tri-Oval, and we are under the caution flag for the third time here tonight. Multiple cars involved in the crash here with 7 laps to go here in stage number 1 of the Coke Zero Sugar 400. We'll continue the count of how many cars were involved in the crash and let you know when we come back from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR. Back here at Daytona International Speedway. Big crash here. A lot of cars on the pit lane as some repairs are taking place with 7 to go here in stage number 1. Let's start with Steve Post.
We have got a bunch of cars down here. Let's do roll call down here on pit lane. Zane Smith is in there. Well, they were working on the left front, but I believe we've gone under. They stopped the cars out here. Yellow flag is still out, so they continue to work on the left front of the Zane Smith car. The pit box behind him is Riley Herbst. Riley's car is backward in the pit box. They're working on the right rear of the Riley Herbst car. Now, the pit box just in front or just behind Riley Herbst was Kyle Busch. He got 3 of the 4 corners dinged up. Didn't look like anything too serious. He has gone back out on the racetrack. Tyler Reddick is in. We'll talk about him in a moment. Austin Hill was also in with damage down here as well. The story on Tyler Reddick, he was in that earlier crash. He reports the car is still down on the splitter, so Billy Scott and this crew are going to take this opportunity to work on the car and make sure that right front splitter, just as Rusty Wallace described, that right front splitter gets up off from the racetrack. Jason Toy, I'm looking down pit road. I see at least 1 car in front of you.
Yes, all by himself down here is Denny Hamlin. The Hawaiian Rolls Toyota is going with that bright orange and white color right now. They've got a lot of black on it because they put some of that Barabon on the right front. He sustained some heavy right front damage, suspension a little bit. They continue to work with that race car. Alex Bowman, we talked about him. They end up stopping the drive back around. You guys said he was crab walking that car, meaning the back end was askew coming down the backside. They went ahead and got him towed, or getting him towed back to the garage area to put him on the damaged vehicle policy, DVP. They're going to try to work on it back there to get him back out because every position here, especially for Alex Bowman, could be key.
So as we do the roll call of all the drivers that are involved in this crash, there are a dozen of them. Austin Cindric was involved, Noah Gragson, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, Riley Herbst, Zane Smith, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, Austin Hill, and Carson Hocevar have all been collected in a crash that Alex started when basically we had too much race car for too little piece of real estate on the racetrack.
That's just basically what happened. I think drivers were not willing to give at all, Rusty, coming into the Tri-Oval, and that's a dangerous spot to try to play that type of game.
Yeah, they're getting to the end of this stage, and you're looking for those points. I get that part. But, boy, I tell you what, this was just a flat racing accident. Everybody ran out of room. What about Joey Logano? He's just going straight as an arrow, and he looks off to the right, and there's a car parked right in front of him off on an angle, and the car underneath him was parked on an angle in front of him. He had 2 of them. They had to push out of the way to get through. Crazy-looking wreck.
Well, right now we are under the red flag, and we have brought the cars to a halt at the entrance to the Tri-Oval. So the red flag is flying. 28 laps complete in the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
Fire race cars rather quickly.
It has been a rather rambunctious start to the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Caution flag number 2 flying when one of the playoff drivers, Tyler Reddick, got collected in a crash with Todd Gilliland off turn 4. And then, of course, this dozen race car wreck that we've just had involving some of the heavy hitters, including Alex Bowman, who was trying to make his way into the playoffs. He was on the playoff cutoff line coming in. His car is demolished, and more than likely, Alex, that's going to remove him from playoff contention going forward.
This mid-race update is presented by T-Mobile. T-Mobile, it's better over here. See how at T-Mobile.com/magenta status.
Let's go to the Care Center and Wendy Venturini.
I'm with Noah Gragson, one of the first drivers coming out of the Infield Care Center. First of all, are you okay, and what did you see or feel?
Yeah, I mean, we're only on lap 27, 28, and good guys trying to make it 4 wide at the front of the pack, and just collateral damage at that point. Definitely a bummer, but still super proud of our team, and I mean, we started almost towards the back, 32nd, I think, and we were up in the top 10, 20 laps in. So it's not from a lack of effort. Just really appreciate everybody at Front Row Motorsports. We're looking on to Darlington. It's more in our control, and look to have a strong run there.
Thank you. That's Noah Gregson. You can hear the dejection in his voice.
Yeah, tough break for Noah Gregson and so many others wiped out here at Daytona. And it's frustrating, Rusty Wallace, when you're just chugging along and get wiped out.
Yeah, let me tell you what, that's Daytona and Talladega, these style racetracks. But these drivers know it coming in. And, I talked earlier about the bump drafting stuff. Stay off the bumper, run a good, clean race early, get through it, or else you're not going to finish. These guys just really are driving super hard. We're only at lap 28, and they're really getting it on. But I got to blame it on the, the stage points.
Let's go back to the Care Center and Wendy.
Austin Cindric is down here. Austin Cindric is just talking to media right now. If we can get Austin Cindric's thoughts right now.
We thought we got through the wreck. So, just a shame for our Maytag Menards 4 Mustang. I tried to make third lane work, maybe a little too early, lost some track position, and felt like the intensity was picking up super early in the race there. And I got collected, and now I'm talking to you.
That's Austin Cindric with his thoughts, and we do know Bubba Wallace just walked out as well, watching a replay right now. We'll get with him in just a second.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough break, Mike, and that's the difficult part of racing here. You want to try to get up there with 7 to go in the stage. To Rusty's point, there's points available out there for those who need them, and to get after it, sometimes it just goes the wrong direction.
And that's exactly what happened a few moments ago that brought out this caution flag and ultimately the red flag in the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Talking to the drivers as they are leaving the Care Center. Cleaned up is just about buttoned up. After we get done with that, we'll obviously withdraw the red flag, put the yellow flag back out, and then we'll get everybody on pit road, open the pit lane for service, and then we'll get back under the green flag. We've got, as we sit now, 7 laps to go in the opening stage tonight.
Yeah, and we got some cars that are wrecked that are still down there on the pit lane, as now the red flag has been lifted. Caution flag is back out. The pace car begins to roll. The rest of the field will refire their engines and begin to pull back away. Those drivers that had their cars on the pit lane, crews had to stop working on them under the red flag conditions, but now they are going to spring back into action as well to try to get their cars repaired.
So as the red flag is withdrawn and the caution flag has been put back out, the field is rolling across the line, and right now 6 laps to go in this stage as they trip the timing lights. Back to the Care Center.
Bubba Wallace, obviously one of those drivers locked in. Doesn't make it any easier or any better. You've had a chance to watch the replay. What did you see, Bubba?
Together in a blink of it. Blame for it. Unfortunate. Hate that a bunch of cars got tore up. Hate that our Toyota Camry got destroyed. Columbia PFG car looked so good and it was fast. I got up to the lead fairly quick, so thought we were playing all of our cards right. Just in a blink of an eye, which is what happens here at Daytona. It's gonna be all taken away from you. So this is what it is. We'll re-rack and take Sunday off and go focus on Darlington.
All right, that's Bubba Wallace.
Tough break for Bubba Wallace out there. But, Rusty, when you look at this, the 2 drivers, and Tyler Reddick and Alex Bowman, who were both in on points to the playoffs here. This is the regular season finale. When the green flag flew 29 laps ago, since then, both of them have been swept up in crashes here tonight, and both of them had their problems.
Yeah, they both got tore up big time. But, if we don't have a new winner tonight, those guys are still going to make the playoffs. They're going to be 15th and 16th. Right now, they're 16th and 17th with Reddick in 16th position and Alex Bowman in the 17th. But again, their best hope is we don't have a new winner.
Back to the Care Center and Wendy.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., one of the last drivers to come out here. Ricky, give us your view, your thoughts of what happened in that wreck.
Yeah, just from what I saw, it looked like, the 5 got to the outside of the 22 and ended up making that row 4 wide. And then I'm not sure really what happened with the 22 and the 23. Looked like maybe tried to fill the gap. Similar to, kind of what I did in the 500, I feel like, kind of late in the race there. Just tried to get the block in, and it was just too late. I'll have to go back and really fully dissect it, but just from what I see, that's what I felt like. But bummer for our Jack Links Duo Chevrolet. I felt like our car had more speed than I normally have here, and it handled really well. So that's a big bummer.
All right, thanks for your time. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, a lot of drivers coming out of the infield care center after a multi-car crash. Good news is everybody is going to be okay.